What's up, everybody? Happy Friday. Hope all you're having a great day so far. Getting into this episode of GH. First of all, a lot of people, a couple of characters are losing their faith. They're losing their faith. They're losing their hope. Um, I kind of like this side of Griffin a little bit because it's showing that he has some layers to him. I just hate to see that such a religious person, such as himself, is losing their faith. They're losing their faith in God. They're losing all hope. Um, And I think it even surprised Sonny when Griffin was sitting in the chapel talking the way he did, and he took his, crucifix necklace, his cross chain, and he just threw it on the ground. Um, I know it was hard for Sonny to see him like that and stuff, just to lose your faith out of nowhere when he's like really the most religious person on this show, you know. Um, Even Kim, she feels like there's no hope and they're just, faithless at this point. Let me say this. He Griffin felt like God wasn't answering none of his prayers or God wasn't listening to him. Let me tell you something. When the thing about religion, the thing about prayer, God is not a DJ. He doesn't take requests. You know what I'm saying? That's not how this works. People pray for things all the time. God hears your prayer. You know what I'm saying? Of course he hears it. He hears your prayer. But the thing is, God is not on your time, he's on his time. You know what I'm saying? That's how this works. You pray for something, that doesn't say if you pray for something on Monday. Some people pray for something on Monday, they might expect it to happen on Tuesday or Wednesday. That ain't how prayer works. That's not how this works. You will get what you prayed for or get something close to it when God wants you to have it. That's how it happens. Let me say this. Let me use this. You know how people be wanting to have babies and stuff, they want to have kids and they be trying for months and months and months and it never happens? And then when they stop trying, a little while longer may go by or whatever, and when they least expect it, it happens. You want to know why it happens when you least expect it? Because that's the timing. That's God's timing. That's not your timing. You know what I mean? That's why it happened. I'm a big believer in things happening for a reason. You know what I'm saying? Because they do happen for a reason. They do. I'm a big believer in that. They definitely do. But like I said, everything is God's timing. And there's also this thing where people, lose their faith. Let me tell you something. Faith without work is dead. Faith without work is dead. Believe that. When you have to put in the work. You know what I'm saying? God is doing what he's doing his part, but you also have to do your part. You can't expect God to do everything for you. You have to do your part too. That's the thing about it that I guess, don't understand. Like, you can't just sit back and put in a prayer and sit on your behind and expect God to do all the work. It don't work like that either. That's why I feel like some people just got religion all mixed up. You know what I'm saying? They got religion all just turned around. It's not how it works. But it sucks to see people lose their religion, especially Griffin, because he's one of the biggest religious people on this show at this point. Um, but anyway, I love the argument he had with, Finn. That was an eye-opening argument and stuff like that they were having, especially when, of course, religion kind of popped up again a little bit. But the thing about it is when you're dealing with such a medical issue such as that, I agree with Griffin. You can't tell somebody, oh, you're going to be okay. You can't tell somebody, oh, it's going to work out. Oh, it's going to this. Oh, it may work out, but then again, it's not. He doesn't want to tell Finn, oh, Anna's going to, get her vision back because he doesn't know that. He won't know it until they get the test results. Finn wanted direct answers right then and there. He wanted to know what are her chances, what are her options. I agree with Griffin. I mean, anything he said before the test results came back would have been speculation on his part, and he didn't want to give somebody false hope. As a doctor or anything, you don't want to tell somebody, oh, this is going to happen, that's going to happen before you get the results back. You know what I mean? You don't know what's going to happen. And you don't want to give them that false hope, that false sense of hope that, oh, you're going to get your vision back. Oh, this was nothing major. If you're a doctor, you can't tell somebody that until you know what's going on. And Finn may have hated his bedside manner, but Griffin was being honest with him. He was being a straight shooter, letting you know, I can't tell you anything official until I get her test results back. And, I do love the fact that Peter was there for Anna. He didn't want to leave her side. I think they're definitely turning a corner. This is definitely a different Peter than what you saw a year ago, when he was hostile towards Anna, and he's definitely mellowed. He's turned a corner. I think he's come to care about her as his mom. They're getting to know each other. And he hates seeing her like this. He doesn't want to lose her, obviously, not after all these years, and he just found her, So it sucks to be in that situation. I feel bad for Anna. I wonder what's going on with her. Because according to the test results, they don't know why she's, losing her vision. Griffin doesn't have the answers to that. They're probably going to have to run more tests or do something to figure out the cause of all this. Because right now, they really don't have a cause for it. He still, he had to run a CT scan and MRI. He had to do all that stuff, and they still don't know what this caused. I have a feeling she probably could have been poisoned. That's what I have a feeling, because it sounds like a poisoning to me, in a way, even though it didn't show up in the test. But you never know. Like, Cassandra, anybody could have done it. You know what I mean? They could have definitely done that without her knowing it. Spiked her coffee when she wasn't looking, or her tea. You never know. Um. So anyway, Sonny is offering Drew, the private jet. I love that he reached out to Drew and Kim. I feel bad for them because, they feel like there's no hope. There's, like Kim said, she's contacted every doctor in the country. She's contacted every hospital, tried to figure out every drug trial. There's nothing they can do at this point for Oscar. Absolutely nothing. I feel bad for them because no parent should have to bury their child. It should be the other way around, when parents get old and stuff like that. But that just goes to show you, things happen for a reason. And time is one of the biggest commodities that we have. Time is very important because we don't have a lot of it. Even, people will tell you, oh, well, you're in your 20s and, you have a lot of time to do this. You would think that because of someone's age, but you really don't know. You know what I mean? You really can't say that for certain because you don't know what type of illness can come around. Cancer is such a bitch. It happens not only to older people, but children. You just never know what can happen in the future. So whatever time you have on this earth, even though we don't know how much we have, you have to make every day count. Every day you wake up, make it count because it could be your last. You never know. Live it up, all the anger, hostilities, whatever, let it go. If it's something really, really minor, let it go. You know what I mean? Because you don't want to live what time you do have being angry about something or at someone. You know what I mean? Just, live your life the best you can. I do, like I said, I love that Sonny was reaching out to them and offering them his resources, his jet. Even though it kind of baffled me a little bit because I'm like, the Quartermains do have a private jet, but they do have millions. So, but I mean, Sonny, as far as resources go, I mean, he could easily find somebody on the black market or whatever. But the problem with finding drugs in other countries is they're not FDA approved in the United States. That's the problem. Because you don't know what side effects those could have, and you don't want to give Oscar any old treatment. You know what I mean? Because you don't know what kind of side effects them black market drugs can have on you. They can make you, do a lot of things, mess with your mind. You just never know. That's why they're not FDA approved, and that hence why they're on the black market. So you have to be very careful just going to any old country trying to do a drug trial and all that, especially one that's not approved by the government or the federal, whatever. If it's not approved, I wouldn't, be gun ho about using it. You know what I mean? Because you just don't know what kind of side effects it can have. It could really mess you up. It might cure you, but it can mess you up in the long run too. On another side. So you just don't know. You got to be very cautious. So anyway, Obrecht. I love me some Obrecht. I love her. I love Obrecht. She looked gorgeous today, as usual. I love Obrecht because, yeah, she's wicked, but at the same time, she's a hustler. And I love that mentality that she has. She will do whatever she got to do to keep her head above water. You know what I mean? Blackmail whoever she got to. just to, get what she need. You know, it worked out with her with Valentine. She has Valentine shaking in his Armani suit right now because she got that man right where she wants him, and she know it. She could blow his whole spot up, and she's gonna use that to her advantage. Whether it be getting her a job at Cassadine or whatever the case may be, she's gonna use it, and I don't blame her. You gotta do what you gotta do, even if that mean blackmail. Sometimes you just gotta do what you gotta do. You gotta keep your head above water. I do feel like Nina should listen to Obrecht though, because Obrecht was basically telling her like, if you're getting back with Valentine, be cautious, go slow. And Obrecht was pissed when she found out Nina moved back into Windermere. I don't blame her for being pissed because that's not being cautious. Like, you and him, you're giving him another chance. And you know what kind of man he is. You know he's lied to you a million times since y'all been together. And yet you're moving instantly fast with him. You know what I mean? So I don't blame Obrecht. Obrecht was, you could tell she really wanted to tell Nina about Sasha. I don't think she will, but she's definitely wanting to do it. Like, she had several occasions even today to tell her, but she kind of covered it up. But you can tell she wants to tell her what's going on. You know what I mean? Because she hates that her niece is being played for a fool, but at the same time, she kind of needs to hold on to the secret because it's working for her benefit. So she can't blow up Valentine's spot just yet. You know what I mean? Like, you can't, you got to save it. Even though you could tell like she really doesn't want to hold on to it, but right now she ain't got too much of a choice. Um, Not too much of a choice because, like I said, she tell the secret, you lose your leverage. You don't want to lose your leverage. Um, what annoyed me a little bit today about Finn when he was talking to Obrecht was he was acting like he was the chief of staff of GH. I'm like, first of all, Finn, I love how Obrecht just kind of put him in his place a bit, by letting him know, like, you don't have no say on where I'm employed, and, because he don't. Like, he was just acting like he was the boss of the hospital, even when he was talking to Griffin and stuff, like, he was just acting like he the boss. Um, I don't blame him for asking Griffin, about his mind state, his state of mind and stuff, because it is a little too soon to be back at work after Kiki's death and stuff like that. So, he just wants to make sure his mind is right, because you're back to treating patients and stuff. So you just got to make sure that, your state of mind is clear enough to do your job effectively. You don't want to make no mistakes. So I definitely understood why he asked those questions. I would have been asking that too. Um, Valentine, I believe Valentine really does care about Anna. I don't blame Peter for, telling Valentine to back off of Anna and, leave her alone, because you never know with Valentine. You never know what information you tell him. Would he use it against his advantage? Would he take advantage of, like, you just, with his lies and his games, it's like you just can't trust him. And that's the problem. And I really wish Nina would open her eyes, because it's like you're setting yourself up for a major fall off of a cliff right now. Major fall. Because trust me, she's going all in back into this relationship, and it's going to be a hot mess when she find out the truth. Like, she's going to be devastated when she find out. But leopards never change their spots. Valentine is a known liar, and chances are he's always going to continue to lie. He's never truthful about anything. So I don't feel like he can be 100% truthful with Nina in the future ever. Like, he's going to be holding back something at some point once his, back is up against the wall. That's just how he is. That's all he knows how to do is lie. So anyway, this fool Ryan has a whole collection in a safe. He got a whole safe of IDs, driver's licenses, of all his victims, from Peyton Mills to other women to women in Texas and all over. He got all them IDs, driver's licenses. I was like, are you serious, Ryan? All up in the safe. Then this fool took Kevin's credit card and trying to book him a flight to the Bahamas. I said, well, I mean, if you got somebody's credit card, I ain't gonna knock you, because I'd be probably doing the same thing. Shoot, you got your brother credit card, he a doctor, he got some money, put that on the credit card, we going to the Bahamas. I would have probably, I ain't mad at you. And it's winter in Port Charles, I would have, listen, I'll be somewhere tropical too during the winter. Like, if you got money like that, I'll be somewhere tropical too. I ain't even gonna lie. I love the scene with Franco and Ava though. That scene was funny. Like she had a whole dumb plan about putting herself out there as bait to catch the killer. I mean, I had to agree with Franco on this one. Like it was kind of a stupid plan because anybody who's done their homework on anybody who lives in Port Charles, they already know who Ava Jerome is, and they know not to mess with her because she's clearly lethal. You know, any serial killer who's done their homework would know who to target. Like they're gonna want to go after vulnerable women, not vulnerable people, not somebody who could kill them. You know what I mean? Like that's not the type of person they're gonna target. He had a point though. You could tell like Franco was all distraught when Ryan said that he no longer wants to keep Franco on as a patient and stuff like that. Franco was pissed. So Franco wanted his medical files or whatever, but Ryan's slash Kevin's new assistant wouldn't give it to him. So this fool broke up in Ryan's office looking through all the medical files. I'm like, they're just throwing so many people into this Ryan storyline, all except for the OGs. I'm like, why am I not seeing more Mac and more Felicia though? That's what I'm hating about this the most. I could understand why they put new people into the storyline. You know, and when I say new people, I'm talking about people that weren't a part of the storyline 25 years ago. I can understand why they're doing it, but I really wish that they would have put the vets in more. You know what I'm saying? Like I really wish they would have done that. Um, but of course, Monday, Carly gonna spoil the whole damn thing when she comes in and busts Franco catching, going through the files. This fool Ryan wants him and Ava to leave Port Charles permanently. Now we all know Ava ain't going nowhere. First of all, she's not about to leave her daughter unless she gonna take her too, and Sonny and Carly ain't having that. So Ryan is getting nuttier by the second. He probably want to leave because he know that the walls are starting to close in. The more he stay in Port Charles, he's gonna get the urge to kill, and you leave yourself vulnerable to the cops finding out. You know what I mean? Like, because eventually they're gonna find out. If they keep putting these pieces to the puzzle together, they're gonna figure it out sooner rather than later. Um, so anyway, that was pretty much the episode. I hope all you have a great day. Hope you all have a wonderful weekend. I will see all of you Monday. Have a great day. Hit the comment section. I'll see y'all later. Have a wonderful weekend. Peace.